Once upon a time, there is Golden Knuckles in the rainforest, but he's alone. The Parasaurolophus said, "Don't worry, Golden Knuckles. You are be happy now. Nanny Plum is here to pick Golden Knuckles. And Flamingo is home from the African savannah, and she brings her feast. And Tung Sahur is here." And Golden Knuckles said, "Sahur is here." Once upon a time, there is Golden Knuckles and his friends joining the pirate ship. And Golden Knuckles and his friends go to the pirate adventure. And then we want to go to school. They are in all these basics. And then they want to found a fish tank. And they found the fish tank. They want to learn in the fish tank. And they want to will. And Parasaurolophus found Tung Sahur's treasure. And then Tung Sahur is here. They know to go back home. And had wheels are balloon and not flying. Once upon a time, there's Golden Knuckles and his friends are going trick-or-treating with dinosaurs. And then he found Selma as a mummy and marched to it. 64 as a Grim Reaper and all in the watch. And he shocked. No! King. And then he found Tung Sahur as a clown. And he tripped tearing of the sky of a knot. And he found a Shura the Hedgehog as a zombie. And he found 51 as a pirate. And he won Trail. And he found, now it is normal, he found Nanny Plum dives in the fish tank. And then Wallow, the end. Once upon a time, there is 195 is in the dark, founding an emergency. 19 and 195 found Selma sick. And 19 found take her honey and want to well to work. The end. Once upon a time, they are two members of Golden Knuckles. Golden Knuckles with Uganda and Golden Knuckles in Saudi Arabia. And then he's dressed as a vampire. Go to Halloween. And then he wants to go in Saudi Arabia. And then he is a witch flying through the sky. And look, Golden Knuckles and Carrie and Nanny Plum and Redbird are going on a wait. And then Golden Knuckles, Carrie and Nanny Plum go to see the fish tank. And Megasaurus said, "Dipsy diving is coming!" And Nanny Plum dives in the fish tank. Want to watch. And Parasaurolophus and Nanny Plum go to Potato Tunnel. And the Ugandans go to space. Once upon a time, there's Tung Sahur and Gada-gadi-gada-ow and in the desert. Once upon a time, there was Sonic and Okapi eating pizza and the one Trelk. Sonic and Okapi going Thanksgiving in a goon. Sonic and the caterpillar going in this grass. And then he found the butterfly. And then Sonic introduced him. "Goodbye, butterfly. See you again. Bye." Then Sonic and all his friends go and found the wheel in the wall. The end. Once upon a time, there is a duck, fart and falling in the egg. The goose falling in the egg and watch Rick, the rainforest, swan and these eggs on the farm. One willow tree. The end. One watery and the will to print. Once upon a time, there is a flamingo said, "Bird overboard," and the chicken says, "Help!" And the chicken found a little chick and went to the end. Once upon a time, there was 195 cooked 42 samosas and overload. Stegosaurus cried, and she lost her samosas and she lost her bony plates. And Selma grew some bony plates on a Stegosaurus. And it's finished over it, and this isn't Hello Everything. The end. Once upon a time, there was Selma said, "Help!" And Sonic said, "Hang on, Selma." And Zoe said, "Help, help." And Tail said, "Hang on, Zoe." And for to wit. Nanny Plum said, "Help!" And Redbeard said, "Hang on, Nanny Plum." And then one to Reek. The end. The one to where to. Once upon a time, 195 said, "Hello, welcome to our emergency." And then worried, "Selma is stuck in the mud. And she is stuck over wind." Then 195 call 195 to the rescue.
There's a dinosaur.
And then offered the end. Once upon a time, there is Sonic and Amy by dates. And then Sonic take a date to Selma, and Selma eat that and want to it. Then the cats ran away. In the woods, Rainbow Thunder and Maymay. Then they found 12 by a cirque for Hawa. Then Selma said, "Don't eat the sick Hawa, eat a wheat Hawa." And then the Stegosaurus said, "I want to work to Taiba Tayeba." Once upon a time, there is Shadow buy an ice cream for Sonic. And then his word to clean. Then Knuckles cried. And then his ice cream is fall down. And the word. Then Amy take a chocolate ice cream for Knuckles. And something else has happened. The end. Once upon a time, 51 tripped into a stone and hurt her leg. And 51 said, "Mommy, I've got a boo-boo." And 510 give a bandage for 51. And then 51 is better. Then 51 can't run away. And 51 is better. Then 51 run away with a bandage. And one race in the time and want to wear keys. And 51 go to Selma's house. And it's the same house as Selma. And after it, in the week. Once upon a time, there is a God, the Knuckles said. "Hi, Ted." And what to it? Ted said, "Hello, God, the Knuckles. Can you water flowers in the garden?" And Uga Knuckles said, "No, Ted. We want to go to the future." Then Uga Knuckles has step 1, give an acorn. And Osha has step 2, give an orange. And Mommy will say, step 3, we give an acorn. Step 4, we give a coin. The end. Once upon a time, there's 193 found an emergency. And he take 195 to the hospital. And then he give him a honey. Then he want to take a honey for 195. And 102 building a gingerbread house while the gingerbread man cries. Then number block 5 is a firefighter going to work. And then it's fire in the wind. Then 5 want to work to the firefighter. Then everything of all. Then number block 60 is a farmer feeding animals over in the farm. Then we're off. The end. Once upon a time, there is Uganda Knuckles and Melissa and Selma going to eat burgers. And they want to reach to it. Then they eat burger together. And they love burger. They eat burger in the weed. And it eat burger with only pink block and yes. And Uganda Knuckles and 51 say yes, Uganda Knuckles 51 cried because all his school are over. And Uganda Knuckles, hello, you're sad. Then Selma go to eat. Then 51 is sad. Then I'll reach in the wind. Then Uganda Knuckles take a pasta for Counter Aluganda 54. Then Counter Aluganda 54 is in the number block show. Then Aisha and Velociraptor eating French fries on space. Then they want to eat French fries over in the Lanky Box world. Then 64 and Selma and Stegosaurus see Aisha and Velociraptor in space on the computer. Then 195 and Selma eating French fries. Then it's want to weaken the wind. Then it's want to win. Then tree, what her twin smokes. And then tree, Sarur said, no 195, don't smoke, you're a Sarur, not Sahur. Then, what her twin said, like, go to see the girls in soft play. Then want to just hear, and then Uganda Knuckles and Selma and 195 and Parasaurolophus going to run to the weekend Uganda Knuckles. Then Uganda Knuckles and Parasaurolophus go to 64's wedding shop and want to work. Then they want to Kino 4. Then 64 and 195 are married together. And then yes. And then Uganda Knuckles and Carrie and Ribbon see Natty Plum dives in the fish tank, and they want to keen over the ward. The end. Once upon a time, there is a sad bread is crying, and he lost his forks. Then the pigeon said, "Yes, I am your mom, and I want to week in the world and finding my bread." The pigeon said, "Don't eat me. I am just a sad bread, and I love you so much. I will do that." Then the pigeon said, "No, please, don't eat me. I am just a sad bread." And the pigeon want to eat the bread, and she is a bird, no want to eat. And the bread said, "Don't eat, please, no, please, don't eat me. Bread, my parents don't like me." Then the pigeon said, "Don't be sad. I will take care of you. See you." And the pigeon want to go in the weed of the birds. Then the pigeon found another bread flying through in head stuck in the oven. Then the pigeon said, "Don't be sad. I will take care of you." Then Orca go to find something else weird. Then the sad bread cried again. Then the sad bread falls at ache. Said, "What we're in the want to keep of her reek." Then the orca said, "2 yum. I will eat a sad bread and a pigeon. I love yum, a sad bread and a pigeon." Went to Rick and the weed. Then often wake a bony plague of her reek. And then one to Rick. Then the pigeon said, the orca said, "I am going to have some lovely pigeon and bread today." Then the great white shark, "No, I am fat." Then my first brother is Orca. Then one to Rick often went in the week. Then the pigeon said, "No," the great witch said, "No, if I fat, then my first brother whack." Then great witch said, "Orca, don't eat those poor things." Then Warwick and the Ween on the time. Great white shark take the pigeon and the sad bread to the burrow. And I want to reek. Then want here in the one. I want to لا بس أخلص.
أنت خلصت يلا في منصة.
Want to reek the orca and the great white shark and the pigeon and the sad bird going to week in the one to week in the one to wait then one to wait the end. Once upon a time there is God the Knuckles lost in Saudi Arabia. Then God the Knuckles and then the parent take God Knuckles to his country. Then Uganda Knuckles go to Uganda and he wear his country costume. The 29 give a postcard for Uganda Knuckles and it want to give, and then Uganda Knuckles wants to be going over it all. The end. Then, once upon a time, there was Uganda Knuckles cook his rice, and he gave it to 10. And then one took. Then 10 starts to eat her rice. Then Uganda Knuckles take the rice to 10 because Uganda Knuckles is strong. Then 10 eat her rice. And 10 eat her rice 6 days. Not 6 days, 6 minutes. And then 10 was now strong. And 10 eat her rice and it's now strong. And of course, then got the Knuckles 5 and 10 go to Uganda. And then Uganda Knuckles is back home. And then 5 and 10 say see you later. And then Uganda Knuckles go to Oregon. And 21 see Uganda Knuckleses. And they are 8 members of Uganda Knuckleses. Then Uganda Knuckles 195 and Sonic Mop Hand are in the forest. Then Alfred went to Reek. The end. Once upon a time, there is number block 1 taking a bath. And number block 10 standing with one. Then 1 is now dry. And number block 1 taking a rubber ducky. And want to reconsort. Then number block 1 and number block 10 are driving.
But 10 only 10 years old. He
Yeah.
can't drive.
And then 10 drive to Fun Fair. Then number block 1 and 10 go to Fun Fair.
Why is
to see
Uganda
Uganda
Knuckles?
Knuckles.
Why does so many Uganda
And
Knuckles?
there are 50 Uganda Knuckleses in Overbrook. Then 21 and 51 and 80 go to the Fun Fair.
This is not it. This is it.
Then Ulrich, 18, lose her white blocks and walls. 18 is Selma's brother. And then
No,
Carrot. And then Carrot Knuckles make Carrot in the Fun Fair. And then he make Carrot. He makes karate in the Fun Fair. And he want to Rick and he want to make karate for 100 years.
It's Japanese.
That's wrong. The end. Once upon a time, there is Sonic and Uganda Knuckles and Yasser are in an amusement park. Then Sonic and Uganda Knuckles and their friends are riding a train. And of course, they want to reek off and think. Then they ride a carousel. Amy rides a unicorn and they were all ride a carousel. And of course they ride a carousel. Then 10 pick up Uganda Knuckles. Then 10 said, "Did you have fun, Uganda Knuckles?" And Uganda Knuckles said, "Yes, 10. And Uganda Knuckles said, "Mommy, don't pick me." And then Sonic Tails and Amy said, "Bye, Uganda Knuckles. You go back home." And Uganda Knuckles said, Hi guys! And then Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy are jumping in the trampoline. But no Lua Bobby and no Shadow and no Dr. Eggman. Only Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles and Amy. And they want to jump. The end. Once upon a time, there's 51 happier in the white, and he's jumping in the white background. Then 51, he want to eat his chicken. Then 51, he eats rice, chicken, and potato. Then 51 will be now strong after days. And then rock. Then 510 cook 6 cinnamons for 51. And it will be cooked 10 minutes. And of course, 51 eat her chicken. And of course, 51 eats her cinnamon and turning color. Then 51 eats her cinnamon and she eats 2 minutes. It will be 51 now strong. And then it'll be 51 strong and it has muscles. And then 51 will have muscles. Then 51 is now strong and she has muscles. And of course, then 51 and her friends are going to the restaurant. And 51 said, "Bye, Mommy, 510. And 510 said, "Have fun, 51. Eat well." And then 51 play a slide. And then 510 wait for 510. And it's wait minutes of Rick. Then of Rick. Then what was it? I'm the king. And what did to do? You're not. I'm the king. I am so the king. And of course, hey, then all the number blocks go to space. And they want to take a planet. And they see Mars. Then Uga, Knuckles, and Selma and Paris are all of us said, "Hello, 105 and 100%. Ahoy there, you got the Knuckles. I will be either strongest of all." And then can't we? Yes, we're fine. We'll bear the children. Then we got the duck. And then Pink Fog and Lottie said, "Hi, you got the Knuckles." And Uncle Knuckles said, "Hi, Lottie. Hi, Pink Fog." And Motoric. The end. Once upon a time, there is an old Cappy for cook in Dr. Poppy's hair. Then Dr. Poppy turned into Selma, and Selma cried. And it's now Selma from Bubble Nubs. And Motoric. Nayasura jumped Magic King, Dr. Selma to Dr. Poppy. and want to recollect the end. One right to read. And the story is the end. Once upon a time, there is Sonic found a sleeping sloth. And it's sleeping. Then Sonic found a sleeping sloth, and the sloth sleeping. Then Sonic watering a sleeping sloth, and it's the sleeping sloth coming out of our kid. Of course. What was it? What? Then Uganda Knuckles hit the sloth and Sonic. And it was Tariq. And then the sloth is coming to the hospital. And then there will be the doctor. And it's no doctor. Then they are in the hospital. And they are sick. And then, of course, they are in the hospital. And they are in the hospital. Of course, of them. Then, of course, of them, of those. Then, Sonic, then Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow and Cream are in Cream's house. Cream's house is right before Final Rush. And then I want Tariq. And then one Tarak. That you way. I want to find you. Hey, and of course, and want who else? And it worked. The work. And then they're still sitting on the house. Then Redbeard is coming to pick up Cream. Then Redbeard is pick up Cream and that. Redbeard, the pirate, pick up Cream the rabbit. And of course, and pick up Cream. Redbeard is here, want to pick up Cream. Redbeard is here to pick up Cream. Then Redbeard is here to pick up Cream, and they go back to their ship. And this Redbeard is going to pick up Cream later. And of course, in one Tarek. And then Sonic said, "Goodbye, Cream the rabbit. See you again." And Cream said, "Bye, Sonic. I am going back home." And then Sonic said, and then Cream going back to Redbeard's ship. Then Cream is going in Redbeard's ship and it's riding in the ship. It's riding the ship. It rides the ship for hours and hours, 4 hours. Then Cream is back home and it rings the door for Vanilla the rabbit. Cream rings the door for Vanilla the rabbit. Cream rings the door for Vanilla the rabbit again. And then Cream is finished. Then Cream rings the door for Cream's sister. Then I'll ring Cream's sister it is. And then Cream's sister is. I don't know. Then Vanilla is here to pick up Cream. Then Vanilla here's to pick Cream, and then Cream said, "Mommy, I am here." It said, little rock and off with them. Then Cream go to her house, and Cream and Vanilla are picking up. Of course, they pick up. Then at 1 to read the end. One right off our to well to Prim. Once upon a time, there is 64 said, "Achoo!" Anuga Knuckles said, "God bless you, 64. Then the Sahurs Skeef Uganda Knuckles. And the Uganda Knuckles going to the witch house. Then the Cather Aluganda 54 monkeying Uganda Knuckles. And it make so much for. Then Stegosaurus and Selma are driving a train. Selma and Stegosaurus are driving a train to take Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy to the walk. Then 125 call Selma and Elf rescue. Ben and Holly and Oric in the wall. And of course, it won't. Then the cats run away. And the cats run away often. Then Rock, the cats run away often. Then Ray's mom and Paris Ralphus pick up their babies. Their babies are Ray and Bucky Dino. Then 105 got a rescue helicopter to rescue Selma from the mud. And then Selma is out from the mud anymore. Then Uganda Knuckles cook pizza and pasta and rice. And 3 foods at once. Then who was he cooking for? 4, 10, 20, and 30. Wow. Why is Uganda Knuckles feeding 10? 10 is a grown-up. Easy. Then 196 feeding Nile crocodiles. One more Nile crocodile and global crocodile. Then Oric and the what? For you. Then 21 and Selma and Yuka Knuckles and Sonic are going to the beach. And Selma wants to be stuck on the ocean at the end. Once upon a time, there was Tangle and Selma are rock stars. And they want to shred. Then Ted and Selma and Dr. Puppy and Knuckles said, "Good night, Tangle. It's your bedtime." And then Tariq and then Ted had to relax. And then off and all day with the apartment. And all the number blocks is C and 10 had to relax. Then Tangle and Selma and 18 are sitting off in the wind. And of course, I want to clean. And of course, then Tangle and 51 and Selma and Wolf and Selma Golferoni are making 51's birthday. And of course, then Tangle has her dress and Ted has Sonic toys and Selma has a toy car and Selma Goveroni has a bunny. Then they go to Tangle's Showtime. They are in Tangle's Showtime button. All of them making cards and of course they want to. Then you got the Knuckles sell donuts with Tangle. Tangle has donuts and it's taking for it. And Tangle's buying a Knuckles and Sonic, Tangle and Sonic Marpellion are going camping. And they're eating marshmallows with Sonic Marpellion. And of course they want to. Then Sonic dreams about Amy, Cream, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Whisper and Tangle playing Strokes. And of course they want to. Then Sonic and Tails found Tangle hurt her leg. And of course, well, and of course, it was Tuki. And what a Then 198 see Tangle's leg on an X-ray. And it's found often more. Then, of course, I don't want to harm. Then, Uganda Knuckles, Tangle, and Ray's mom and Selma are at a picnic, eating some food with themselves. And, of course, they want to. Then Henny Penny and Selma are eating chicken wings. And, of course, it eat. And it finished for it. Then Ray's mom climbed to 15. Ray's mom climbed to 15 all hours. Then all of them coughing all around. And of course, they want to. Then 21 said, "Hello, God Knuckles. Shall we make sandcastles?" And God Knuckles said, "Yes, please, 21. And it want to make offered the end. One more week. Once upon a time, there's two said, "It's so yummy, Tails." And Tails said, "It's so yummy too." And then Shadow and Nine said, "It's so yummy, Shadow." And Shadow said, "It's so yummy too, Nine." Then Tickle and you got Knuckles picking some fruits. And Nine makes blueberries. Still barking. Nine makes his blueberries. And it's taken to Sonic the Hedgehog. Then Sonic eats blueberries. And then here's Nine said, "Here you go, Sonic." And Sonic said, "Thump. Thanks, Nine." Then Who got Knuckles take 30 blocks from 21? From 51. And then it's now 21. And of course, they token. Then 10 and 9 said, "We don't have any juices." And 9 said, "No juices at all." And of course, had one token. Then Tingle and Maymay and Selma said, "Here are some juices for you." And 10 said, and 9 said, "Thank you, we're so happy." And 10 said, "Bye, number block 1. I'm going to visit my sister today." And 1 said, "Goodbye, 10." And 10 goes to 30. And then it went to work, and it's going inside the 4. And it went to wake up 4. The end! Watery, and we're going to a priming about a fun. Once upon a time, there was Uganda Knuckles at 21 and Nanny Plum making sand castles together. Then Tangle, Maymay, and Selma have to pick up Uganda Knuckles, and they going after, and then then 195 cup pancakes for Tangle, and Tangle is ready to eat pancakes, and it's now ready to eat pancakes. Then Tangle eats pancakes with chocolate, and she eats her breakfast. And now she eats her breakfast now. Then Sonic and Manic and Sonia and Queen Alina cook it, making sandwiches together. Now Sonic Mopayan eats his sandwich. And now it went to rock, and of course it went to red. The end! One around week and went to print. Once upon a time, there's 2 said, "Hello, Daddy 200, I love you." Daddy 200 said, "I love you too. Let's go home." And 1 said, "Hello, Daddy 100, I love you." And 100 said, "I love you too, 1. And it went to Rika fun, and what went to rock. And then it went to Rika off in the weed. And for to Then 200 and 101 and 2 are in the truck, driving every time. And everything is better. Then 1 and Sonic and Tails and Ted and Ray's mom are eating pizza. And they love pizza together. And of course it. Then 2 sleeps. And 28 said, "2, wake up! Today we'll eat a pizza!" And 2 eats a pizza alone. And 2 who eat his pizza 1 right ago. And of course it went too good. Then Tangle and Ray's mama and Selma are singing on right foot. Tug, 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 sahur, ratata, sahur, din, 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 dun, ba, din, din, dun. And tug, 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 sahur, and Ballerina, Cappuccino, and Cappuccino Assassino are eating burger and french fries and nuggets in the 4. Then 195 and his friends are drinking juice. It is now 105. Raise my bombardino crocodile, shalala, the vodka sister is Renita, and his persona singer often. The end! Once upon a time, there's 200 and happy holidays! Now often right for. Then you got to Knuckles said, Happy holidays, Knuckles, normal son. And 200 said, Don't say it that way. You are Christmas. Tango and Ted and you got to Knuckles are baking a big mouth cake. And so in the war. The end. Once upon a time, there is Sonic and Knuckles are making a villa. And they make Silla Allahu Akbar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And Sonic and Knuckles are seeing Tangle sick. And of course, Tariq, the end. Then you got the Knuckles and the big one with Lothier in the mountain. And it went to her once upon a time in sound. And once upon a time, there is got Knuckles and Pig Fong and Lottie in the mountain. And of course it would. Then you got the Knuckles and Big Fog and Lottie see Tango. And what to read? The end. What to read and go to Prim. And of course it's a Prim. And once upon a time, there is Sonic and Knuckles and Tails going to see Dr. Puppy the scientist. And of course, it went to Kinofar. The end! One more to read, and we're going to Prem. And of course, it went to... Then, Super Knuckles fight. Sahur. Amariana to Sahur. And we tuk Sahur and ta Sahur. Of course, it went to Rook. Sahur ano. Sahur. And his friends are talk. Then you got the Knuckles go shopping. You got Knuckles go shopping. And then it was Tariq often. And of course it was to clean. Then take a penny. Take. You got Knuckles going shopping to bring a dress for Tango. And of course in 2 and 2. Then she wears a dress key. The for Uganda. And not the wind. The stars clear up Knuckles from. And the Uganda we're coming strong. And some don't eat it. For free. The end. Then you got Knuckles said, Happy birthday! Then it got rough and old in the lunch. And it went to go for a. And of course, it went. Then you got the Knuckles and his friends are going to say, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, got the Knuckles. Happy birthday to you. And then we heard is doing to a magic show. For Sonic, Tails, you got Knuckles and Shadow. It's a magic show. And it comes to the end. Then the parents or elephants drink her coffee. What to rap? So yummy! And of course it would to clean. Then you got Knuckles and Tangle. Oh, parents or elephants drink her coffee, but we don't steal it. And what to rock? Once upon a time there is a duck fart and fully an egg. and it went to rock the end. Then you got Sonic and his friends are playing in the playground. And it's then Tangle Bunny and Ted and Selma are here to pick up Tangle. And of course it went to clean. Then Ted, Tangle and Selma and Tangle Bunny are going home. Tangle Bunny has a bag and it's taken to 29. And 29 has a card. Ooh, so much. And Sonic and his friends are riding in a train to Riyadh. And it's going to... Then Sonic and his friends are going to Four Seasons Hotel. And now for it. Now for a way. Then Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and their friends are eating egg of cherry and want to kill a far. And it's want to race. Then you got Sonic and his friends are going to Asafhania. And it's going to Asafhania and drinking Shai and Kahwa Arabiya. And then Sonic and his friends are going to if our world in reality and see dolphin like Arkaka. And then Sonic and his friends are going back home. And it want to go and to try and it want to rank for the end. One want to read to go to prim. Then once upon a time, there is Ugandan Knuckles and Tangle Bunny and 198 making a pizza. Tangle Bunny carefully puts the pizza in the oven and it's waiting 20 minutes. And of course it would. Then Uganda Knuckles and Tangle Bunny and 198 are waiting for the pizza. And it waits for the pizza any minutes. Then they eat a pizza and drinking juice like mine. And of course it worked to go and eat a pizza. Then Perez Olivis and 195 and Salma are here to pick up Yuka Knuckles. And Yuka Knuckles said, hello. And Ray and his mom are putting the green pizza in the oven with green gum, cucumber, and of course the green crust. And they eat the pizza and go to say, yucky. And it's yucky. And now it's for it. Then 14 ride a skateboard. And this is not 14, this is 40. And now 14 ride his skateboard again, and he become 14. And Uganda Knuckles and Tangle and Perez, all of us are in Tangle Bunny's cafe. And they eat donuts, crispy croissant, and Uganda Knuckles and his friends said, bye Tangle the bunny. And Tangle Bunny said, bye. And 40 makes a green pizza and it's yucky. And of course, that happened. Now and now. Then Uganda Knuckles and his friends are riding a car and they go home. And of course they want to go back home. Then, at the end, once upon a time, there is Wave the Swallow and Beep are making pasta. And the 4 in the end, and 1, 3, and we're going to Primp. Once upon a time, there's 1 and 2 eating popsicles. And of course and Dr. Poppy and 10 give popsicles for 1 and 2. And they all wear sunglasses. Of course, that is happening often enough for once up the end. 1, 1, 3, and we're going to Primp. Once upon a time, there's 1 and Uganda Knuckles are eating a pie. And they waited. Uganda Knuckles said, "Hey Tango, hey 188." And they're sharing the pie together. And every Sonic character count. The end. 1, 1, 3, great Primp. Once upon a time, there's 40 said, "It's so yummy!" And that's the end. Once upon a time, there's Uganda Knuckles and Aisha and 195 are saying, "Bye, Mommy Mole, you're going to visit T-Rex and Triceratops' house." And Mommy Mole is going to start to drive a car. And she drives a red car in the Peppa Pig series. And then Mommy Mole drives a red car. She goes to Triceratops' house. And then she wants to come now. And she's here. And she's Mommy Mole in her 24 seconds. And Mommy Mole is here in T-Rex and Triceratops' house. And they go in. Mommy Mole goes to T-Rex and Triceratops' house. In the Peppa Pig house. And they want to go now off in the end. No. Then Uganda Knuckles said, "My friend is here." And Aisha said, "My mole is home." And then at the end, then once upon a time, there is Tung 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 Sahur and Ballerina Cappuccino, and Cappuccino Assassino are eating burger. And then Tra-la-lira, Tra-la-la, and Orca-lira, Orca-la, and Frigu Camillo are eating burger. And then eat the burger, of course. Then Bombardino, Crocodilo, and Tay-Tay-Tay Sahur, and Ta-Ta-Ta Sahur are eating a burger. Then the Parasaurolophus and Ray's mom and the pig bird are eating burgers too. And they eat the burger now. Now the end. 1, 1, 3. And we're going to bring about a fun. Once upon a time, are eating a bread. They eat the bread now. And they eat the bread now. Then, Douglas went and said, "So yummy, we don't have any tooth. You like penguins?" And then they swim in the ocean. And they want to ask, what I'm doing, dipsy diving on the ocean. And they swim in the ocean. Then Flamingo comes here and she said, that is Douglas Swan and Loon. And that. Then the penguins swim. And the penguins swim in the ocean 50 times. Swim, 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 swim. Swim, 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 swim. Then Flamingo is here with the penguin. And at the end, one water will go to prep. Once upon a time, there was a crow and the okapi in the forest. And then it went to go. Then the crow is flying to the birds, pigeon and parrot. And they eat some birdseed. They eat birdseed now. Then Sonic flies an airplane to the crow. And now he goes after the one. Then Sonic takes the crow to Buffalo. And the buffalo is here to be cut off. The end. One more three go to prep. Once upon a time, there is Mommy Mole said, I am pregnant. And I am pregnant now. Then Dr. Poppy and Dr. Panda take Mommy Mole to the hospital. And now they go to the hospital now. They go to the hospital now often. Then Mommy Mole has now got a baby. Now Mommy has got a baby mole. And Turtle is here. And Auntie Mole is not there. Then Uganda Knuckles, Naisha, and Mommy Mole, and 195 are the ones. There's Uga and the Knuckles and Naisha, and they go to find the way. Then Mommy Mole is here to make, and Mommy Mole is now green. And we got Knuckles and Naisha over here to find way. And Mommy Mole was falling in the sea. and Mommy Mole was falling in the sea now. And Mommy Mole fell in the sea. And Knuckles said, do you know the way? And Mommy Mole was falling in the sea. And then now it goes. Then and the Knuckles and the Yuffin, all of them going to the one. Then 195 said, woman overboard! And Mommy Mole said, help! And now it goes that. Then Mommy Mole said, I'm falling in the sea. It was horror Knuckles. And they go with that. Then on the Knuckles and Nanny Plum are drinking Red Bull. And once upon a time, there was a Knuckles and Nanny Plum drinking Red Bull. And now they drink Red Bull. And now they drink 7-Up. Now they drink 7-Up now. They drink 7-Up. And now they drink 7-Up now. Then, do you have the energy to handle this? And Knuckles said, yes! Then Uganda Knuckles and the Okapi and Nanny Plum are here with the Knuckles spotted loon. And that, of course, then they surfing. Then now they surfing with a surfboard. Now they go to find Red Bull. Here. Then they found Red Bull. Now they drink Red Bull now. And now drink Red Bull often. Then Boom Knuckles is here to drink Red Bull. And he drinks Red Bull often. Now they drink Red Bull often and often. And now they drink Red Bull now and now. And now they drink Red Bull. Then they drink Red Bull often and often. They have the Red Bull now. Then they want to make sand castles. Then Shadow give ice cream. And now they drink Red Bull now. Then there is a koala and a mouse in the summer vacation. And Shadow give ice cream. Now he give ice cream often. Then all of the people drinking Red Bull. And all of the people drink Red Bull. And all of the people drinking Red Bull. And then Miet Milliard and Auntie Mole and Cousin Mole are making cupcakes and muffin. They put the muffin in the oven. Now they put the muffin in the oven. Now oven. The end. One watery and we're going to prep. Once upon a time, there's Sonic and Amy found 5 as a mermaid. The end. One watery and we're going to prep. Once upon a time, there is Sonic found Freddy Fazbear and Stitch. And all of it. The end. Once upon a time, there is 1 and 4 and 6 are not colorful anymore. And now they eat grapes. They eat grapes. They are now red and green and purple now. They eat grapes. And now they are colorful. Of course that is. Once upon a time, there's Uganda Knuckles said, no, not apples, normal. And Uganda Knuckles like your chocolate. Here you go, Ted. Have some chocolate because you're a woman. The end. Once upon a time, there's 105 ring with a mobile, and Dr. Puppy's stuck. And of course, that stuck anymore. Once at the end, one watering word to print. Once upon a time, there is Uganda Knuckles and Paris Oliphant from 51 and 24. The end. Once upon a time, there is Sonic and Tails are in the restaurant. And I go to Vukaru. The end. Once upon a time, there is Dr. Bobby said, "You're not! I am the best catcher!" And when me and Milia said, "I am the best catcher. I am so the best catcher." And me and Milia make a kiss. And me and Milia make a salad. The end. Once upon a time, there's Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and Amy go to Starbucks. And they drink coffee because they're now adults. Then they go to Al-Ahsa Mall. And they go to the Ahsa Mall there. Then they go to Billy Bees. And they hate Billy Bees. And they want to go to another mall. And now they want. Then, once upon a time, the end. What do I take? Once upon a time, there is a god, the Knuckles, fountain, swimming. The end. What do I do? Once upon a time, there is Sonic and God Knuckles meet Colossus. The end. One watery.